movement skill. It is a manipulative skill that requires hand-eye coordination. So it is fundamental to student learning and movement because it is involved in many sports, including cricket, baseball and softball. And the action is also used in a tennis serve, volleyball, badminton, javelin and in netball and basketball classes. It is fundamental to their learning because when students learn new skills, they develop confidence in their abilities and therefore are more likely to become active for life. The overarm throw should be introduced to students in grade 1 because they have already developed other fundamental movement skills like catching and kicking, running and jumping. And by grade 4, students should be confident in the overarm throw. A good way to begin teaching the overarm throw and to get an idea of what skill level your students are at is to play a game called Clean Up My Backyard, where you start with a lot of softballs in the middle, divide your class into 2 teams, one on each end of the court, and the students run in and are overarm throwing the balls to try and get them out of their side, and the team with the least amount of balls in their side, there's the winners. And as the teacher, you're able to gauge how your students are throwing and have a look at where they're at without them even realising.
So equipment required for teaching this fundamental learning skill is a small beanbag. A beanbag is easy and light to throw, particularly for the younger students or students with a range of developmental or physical needs. A beanbag is also smaller and softer than a ball, and as a result the student has less anxiety about being hurt. Over time the beanbag will be swapped for a tennis ball, provided the students are feeling capable and confident with the overhead throw technique. In relation to the positioning of the teacher should have students lined up in front of them during the demonstration period. The teacher should also be facing the students front on. This allows students to mirror the teacher during the demonstration. This is easiest for both the student and the teacher. Once students are ready to carry out the throw, the teacher should then stand behind the students. Not only does this give the teacher the opportunity to observe the students, but also prevents them from getting hit by multiple beanbags or small balls. Today I'm going to be the teacher and Emily is going to be my grade 1 student. The overarm throw will be her first lesson of it, so I'm first going to demonstrate it and then I'm going to teach Emily how to do it for herself. So you want to be standing side on, whatever side you're comfortable with. You want to point your arm to the target, and my target is going to be the wall in front of me, just anywhere on the wall for the time being. You're going to put most of your weight on your back foot, and you're going to have your back arm out so it's nearly straight. And then, looking at your target, you're going to follow through with your arm and put your front foot, put the weight on your front foot and throw. So now I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like when it's put all together. So now after demonstrating it to Emily, I'm going to ask Emily to also demonstrate it just to check for understanding. Emily's going to use the beanbag as she's in grade 1. The ball doesn't bounce back, it's lighter, and as we mentioned before. So here's your beanbag and I'll be using the tennis ball. So now after demonstrating, we're obviously going to get Emily to demonstrate. I'm standing front on so I can see what she's doing and I can see her technique and to see if she does anything that isn't quite correct. So what Emily just did is quite a common error when doing the overarm throw. Emily simply just threw at her target and she didn't have her arm quite as back as we would, or quite as straight as we would like it. So Emily, if you want to come forward, this time try again, standing on the side, pointing at your target, straight arm back, just like this, and put the weight there and follow through and throw. This can usually take up to 600 minutes to master a fundamental motor skill. So once Emily would have mastered this, after a lot of practice and a lot of time doing it, she could further start using a tennis ball, which could take her from a minor game to a major game. So We'll give Emily the tennis ball. Once your class has completely mastered the overarm throw, from moving to a beanbag to a ball, you can then move on to major games such as cricket, baseball, softball, basketball, and throwing in netball. Further resources and what we used for this video was the Fundamental Motor Skill Book, a manual for classroom teachers, and the Learning to Teach Health and Physical Education book.